Shalom, shalom, brother
Shalom,
Corral.
brother Amon.
Alright. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, by Hashem,
God. Double honor and blessing to the elders, the apostle, great millstone. The water Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, for the elder, young apostle on down, for waking us up to what's not true for understanding. To the spirit, Father, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh. Hey, shalom to the few Akim that doing the truth and sit across the folk on the earth. To the few Aqua, I believe as well, means sisters. With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, you got
Alright, well, the topic we're going to get into today is pretty much beginning to being bold, for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Right? Hey, speaking this truth with boldness, not rising up to the evildoers, man. So we're just gonna pop it off with Deuteronomy 1. Now we can pop it off with Deuteronomy 18:18.
yeah, like like that. Yeah. Let's do a Romans chapter 18, verse 18. It say, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee. I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. Right? And they go back to Yahweh Shah, how the Lord raised Yahweh Shah up to be that prophet. You know what I'm saying? Put all the words in his mouth, he gonna speak. All the words he command to speak for everything Yahweh Shah speak of Yahweh Shah is of Yahweh, So, and then, but when you look at it, they go back to the day with us too. According from the prophets of old, modern day prophets all the way up to the day, right? The Lord put the spirit on us and put his words in our mouth. And guess what? We speak every single word what Yahweh Shah told us to speak, according to the truth. So, right. And you see that throughout our earth. The Lord raising up prophets from amongst the people will show you that your prophet is going to come from amongst your people. The Lord not going to pick you a prophet out of a heathen nation to be over you and to guide you spiritually. And the Lord not dealing with all the other nations, right? So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh not going to do that. Your prophet going to come amongst the people. But hey, that's the point. They're going to stand bold, right? And speak every word. Run that back. Go on, Deuteronomy 18, verse 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among the brethren, like unto thee. I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. Okay? And matter of fact, yeah, I can keep going, but I just keep it right up. What you got some else you want to bring up?
I mean, this God, the brother saying, we're speaking what the Lord, Yahweh Shah, want us to speak. We're speaking about the war, the famines, the pestilence, all that. I was recording, that grain of rice. I'm gonna say that. That grain of rice, right? We teach them what the Lord hates, right? So.
And that's another thing. And the Lord using us with a vessel what the Lord using to give forth that warning. That's why he gonna raise you up in prophet from among your brothers to give you what that spiritual guidance through the spirit of prophet God by Shem Yahshua with the scriptures. Matter of fact, you got it. I want to keep going. It's great. You got it.
That's right here, the book of Deuteronomy 1, verse 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Yahweh Shah's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it to me, and I will hear it.
Like the Lord just said. Hey, don't be afraid of them. So when you not be afraid, the Lord gonna what? He gonna put the spirit of boldness in you for us to go out here and be able to go in front of our enemies, in the heathen nation and speak the truth, the gospel. To be able to go out there in front of Esau, Edom, so-called white man, Chinese, Japanese, African, Arab, and all these heathen nations, and then amongst 2/3 of our people, the wicked of our people who rebel against Yahweh Hashem Yahshua in the truth. So, the Lord say, ain't no respect for a person to judge. So when we out here teaching, giving you warning, ain't no respect. However the word come out, they come out. Ain't no respect in your feelings. With us coming out with the scriptures and try to come from a 2/3 nigga who don't want to get right, a hard-headed ass, nigga don't want to get right. Ain't no comfort in you, man. Ain't no respect when we got down giving our judgment. We got about some other shot. What you say? Yeah, what you say?
Kind of just like the book Isaiah 58, 1. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show them they transgressions. So to point out what you got going on, you gotta be bold to do that.
Yeah, you gotta be bold to be able to see people you never seen before, yes. And you out here kind of not transgressing. You might not know them on a personally, you might not know on a personal level, but it's to the point. Hey, when it comes to the doctrine, because this is a living book, and we calling out all the wicked things, and that nigga will get cut because he live it, and they, because they live it that way. So in order for you to be bold and be calling out, all the flaws with our people got going on never met them before, hey, they take boldness, man. It take nuts to do that. To go in front of a crowd of people don't even know them, call them out, and that shit hit because they fit the shoe. Because the shoe fit them.
And what does that hit God on Hollywood? This is the book of Psalms 94, verse 16. Who will rise up against the evildoers? Or who will stand up against the workers of iniquity? Right? Hey, that just goes to show you, like me and the brother, we got the same understanding when it comes to this, You may have brothers that be at your work job, work sites, and y'all might speak amongst the scriptures, man. Right? Well, who will actually go out there and put in the real work when it's really time to show? When you off work, on your own time, and actually condemning these Edomites, these Hamites, these other heathen nations, even our own people, right? Because in a sense, what y'all evildoers, man, our people, they evildoers to a certain extent, but the real evildoers, Esau, Edom, But who gonna stand up against it, let them know, and put it in their chest, like what's coming to them, their judgments. It take, like I say, it take nuts, man. It takes nuts, and it takes a lot of faith from you. How about you, Shah? Right? Understanding that we present our bodies as a living sacrifice, so you can't do nothing to us, right? Who understand judgment, right? But it said, who will rise up against the evildoers?
Hey, the saints. Because what the scripture say, correctly, do you not know the saints judge the world? So the saints, who gonna stand up against the evildoers, they're gonna come from among Israel. They're gonna be the 12 tribes, so-called African American.
And my bad.
So Native American enemy, so-called Hispanic, man. But you gotta
and that also cut the whole Christian shit, man. You can't judge. It's the hell. It's the hell, because that the case, everybody be out of order.
Yeah, really.
Can't nobody say nothing about nobody, but hey, the one that's walking righteous, hey, they trying to give out that correction, this is what we supposed to be, walking.
Matter of fact, run that back, I guess.
It says, Psalms 94, verse 16, who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Right.
Hey, so that means, my bad. They said, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Right? Hey, who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And what we're seeing that's coming right now, we're telling people to, hey, don't take that grain of rice, man. Right? Because when you go to 2 Corinthians 2:11, right, it talks about the devices, which mean a scheme, a plot. Who's gonna stand up against that? Only the men of the Lord, man, is gonna actually stand up against that, man. Actually out here on the forefront condemning it. Let me read that one more time for y'all. This Psalms 94, verse 16, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
So, right, like y'all said, man, who gonna do that? Ain't too many folk gonna do that, but the ones who you see out here today on highways and byways, who the Lord got set up, out here to push forth the gospel, those are the ones who gonna stand up for the evildoer. The ones who you overlooking and despise are not here on these streets. They the one who gonna stand up for the evildoers, right?
And that take faith, that take boldness, man.
It do take a whole lot of faith to believe in something you can't see. You know what I'm saying? We can't see how much y'all shot, but we only got the Bible, His word. Because you have niggas be like, man, that's a book, man, white man wrote that. But they'll say that, but not knowing that our inspiration comes from the Most High, that our people, put Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you them through the Spirit, put it together.
Right.
But it just to the point, a nigga say man wrote it, so that means they don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. If you think, man just straight wrote it, and Yahweh Shem Yahshua had nothing to do with it, but it's just to the point, man. Run it back one more time.
Okay.
Right.
So, it's Psalm 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
And they just pointing. I just want to run it back so we can make sure y'all heard that clip. For the one who be tuning in and watching. That who coming in very new to this. So you got to stand bold before you. How about you outside? Otherwise, the Lord say, hey, he that confess me to man, roughly paraphrase, I'm gonna confess you to the Father. But how you gonna confess it? You ain't out here on the forefront pushing. If you ain't out on the highway and byway, that's just like you have brothers. They'll sit around, can know the gospel. That's why the scripture say too, many are called, few are chosen. You have brothers who know the same doctrine, but don't go push. But saying they believe and got faith, but they ain't going out here standing bold. They gonna go make excuse. Oh man, I can't deal. Well, I don't know, man. If I can deal with the people like that, man, I ain't got the patience like that. But damn, you dealing with people when you talking to them, when you ain't on the block or you at work or wherever you might be.
See, think about it.
Internet or whatever.
The scripture say you gotta be long suffering.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you probably can't deal with them, but hey, the more you apply to them scriptures, you gotta understand. You might not be no people person, but guess what? You out here to wake up your people, so you gotta get past that, what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be long suffering and actually be willing to give them folks that knowledge.
Like what if faith works?
You hold on, and you really hold on to your talent.
Yeah, really. Ooh, they go back when they talking about the talent. They going back with the truth. Lord might say that certain individuals up with a certain portion of the truth. Some other, but it's just to the point. Hey, don't be like the one who went and hid it in the earth. Talking about, hey, that's that man who had the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, but he ain't do nothing with it. He ain't go forth and teach. He hid it. Just like one who say they believe and got faith, and they actually know the doctrine, but they ain't not pushing it. They think they gonna get it paid. It don't work like that. When you put in that work, that you being bold. But you going out to these highways and byways in front of everybody pushing the truth. So, we know the truth is hard to be accepted.
Hey, one thing about the being boldness, I'd rather be bold for you. How about you outside any day, man? Cause end of the day, guess what? I'm gonna grab a quick piece of right quick too. You being bold for you. How about you outside? Hey, you understanding that man can't do nothing to you, man. Esau Edom. We know you're gonna come down with great wrath. But guess what? We already know that, and we're supposed to present our bodies a living sacrifice anyway. So whatever you do, it's judgment from Yahweh Shem Shah first and foremost. I'm gonna grab a quick precept though. This ain't Matthew 10 and 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul." And it's red letter Yahweh Shah, who the incorrectly called Jesus Christ. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." Hey, and that's what moved us to actually go out and condemn this word, man. Condemn this world. And it says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul." So we already know the odds is against us anyway. We know that Esau even finna come down with great wrath, but we still put it inside their chest anyway.
Come on, hey, be bold, go out here. So, hey, don't worry about if a nigga goddamn gonna kill you or not. Hey, cause if it is, I'm gonna let that y'all by some y'all shall control life or death. So however it go, it is what it is. But when you go out here, don't fear man, basically. Nigga, don't fear him. Even though they can probably destroy it, I can put the spirit on and destroy the body, but don't fear that. It can't do shit with your soul, your spirit. You can't do nothing with that.
So therefore, you gotta be bold.
You gotta be bold.
Hey, you gotta stand on that. When you out there, so like. So you have something?
The bag up what was just saying, who stand up against me for the evildoers, the workers of iniquity. Yeah, so they Wisdom of Solomon, 5 and verse 1. Then should the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. They say he made no account of his labor. So and they going talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called African American, Native American, any so-called Latino, Hispanic, but it's only going into the elect, because only the elect man of Israel gonna stand bold for you. How about some y'all preach the truth in front of anybody? It don't even matter, when these brothers be out here. You can goddamn have the U.S. troops walking by. You know what I'm saying? And we still got the liberty to be out here to push the gospel. Nigga, they gonna hear it too. Your government, your elite, everybody, they gonna hear it. Like, if one of your elites gonna stand right here, control everything, and say, what you said, nigga, we gonna tell them, we gonna read.
Sorry for the
Stay bold, you going to captivity. You gonna be my slave, we gonna whoop your back in. Yeah, we gonna be bold and say that. You know, they gonna stand bold in front of one of the flipping them, which is Esau Edom. You know, he really gonna do out of, even though we being tied over with all the other nations, but Esau Edom really gonna do more damage out of everybody, you know, according to Israel, according to the Bible. So when we stand bold, we really, we get at the other nation, but we really tearing his ass up with it, you know, through the spirit. But it's a 5-1, wisdom 7-5-1, then should the righteous man see the righteous. They go to the elect stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and make no account for his labor, right? Because these niggas never make no account for our labor in America. You know, you over here work hard, they don't give a damn about that. They make no account for your labor. Nigga, we just use you, nigga, and without trying to give you benefits. Without trying to benefit you. But on verse 2, it say, when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear. It say, and should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, right? So when they see it, when they see us stand on our feet, they gonna be scared. So the Edomites and the rest of the nation, they scared, man, because they know, like, this shit ain't normal, boy. Something finna happen. These niggas that, all some blue, you got, they just woke up out the blue, you got all these groups of Negroes and Native Americans, they all over the block pushing this gospel like we never seen it before. And they go back to that, what I was saying, that dude was saying, that Ephraim Strange, he was saying in that little meme he had. They gonna come to a time, they gonna wake up and the world people gonna be looking like, God damn, you know what I'm saying?
Can't do nothing against the truth
before it. Like, yeah, like, it gonna be that real. But he said when they see it, they should be like when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear. They should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. Should they say within themselves, they say, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. We fool counted his life for madness, right? Because when we was out here being bold, because we standing out here being bold, they looking at us, we counted for madness. These some mad ass, these niggas bold, like they bold to be out here talking like that. Them niggas got some stress or anger somewhat built up in them.
Hey, whole time we just passionate, man.
Just passionate about what
we ain't dumb. You know, we ain't spiritually dead. What they say, can these bones live?
Come. Yeah, they living now.
Come.
You know, the ones who the Lord want to live. Going to the elect, he said, we fool to count his life. He'll count his life madness and his end to be without honor, right? How is he numbered among the children? I just want to read out the little part. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? And his lot is among the saints. And I'm going to leave it right there. Con. And his lot among the saints. For what? Being bold. Standing bold in front of the faces that are afflicting them, man. Being bold, pushing the doctrine of Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, rehearsing the righteous act. Being bold, man. Hey, you got a reward coming for that.
Man, we want that spiritual bank account, man.
Con. You got
this Psalms 1 and 14. That's really good, man.
Okay, con.
It's Psalms 1 and 14. Philippians 1 and 14. And many of the brethren in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, waxing confident by my bond.
Well, it said waxing confident, man. These folks are coming up strong, standing strong for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? They like the dude said when in the video, once they wake up, ain't nothing, no world leader. He said none of that gonna be able to basically get to them and make them try to switch the doctrine up and change the doctrine. Cause the truth been so long without it, man. Now they standing bold to bring it. Hey, that's why the Lord had to let it be, man. The Lord let it be. Let her go through all this surfing, getting whooped bad. We can't even read the Bible once upon a time for the Lord to turn around. Now we can actually read and stand bold in front of the one who afflicting you, and niggas ain't doing nothing right now at the moment.
Come on.
Shit, man.
Hey, that's just like, Habakkuk 2 and 3, man. You know, the vision get from a point of time, and that vision is for so many things, like us waking up. You know, that is one of them. I'm gonna just keep it at that. You know, us waking up. You know, and knowing where we at according to prophecy. And hey, like it said, hey, the confidence is waxing strong. Like, hey man, we hey, when we out there, we on everything you on. You know, whatever topic you trying to get into, we diving straight into it with you, condemning it. Let me finish it off. It says Philippians 1:14, and many of the brethren in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak with the word without fear, man. Right? Because we know that man can't do nothing to us, man. We know that, hey, when we out there, Yahweh Shem Shah, hey, camp up around us.
Actually camp around. Yeah, hey, dang, what read that part of that?
It's Philippians 1:14, and many of the brethren in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear.
Much more bold, man. Hey, but hey, man, you see, brother be going in.
Wow.
And hey, what would be out there? You said, hey, all the heathens and the wicked 2/3, they be looking crazy, sick as hell.
And they be recording like, what niggas just telling me?
Yeah, they record. Yeah, bold, man. They be scared because, and again, now people they're ashamed of the truth. The truth been hit so long, man. It's so potent. But when you hear it, nigga, like hell nah, they're ashamed of it. They run from it. But the Lord said He'll be ashamed of you. You know, I got some. What you got? Something else? Smoke. All right. What you got? Something else you want to bring out too? Alright, we close out the Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them. And they stood up, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. There you go again, like it just said back in Wisdom of Solomon, 5:1. You know, and terrible fear fell upon them. Because what else stand out to see, and fear fall upon them, because why? They never seen Negroes and natives and, like I said, and so-called, Spanish, Puerto Rican, they ain't never seen us just stand bold and just speak how we speaking. And we speaking in the words of, coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, speaking in the words of Yahweh Shem Shah. They ain't never seen that. In that 3 days and a half, they go back to, when you go into Revelation 11, it jumps from ancient time back to future time. So that 3 days and a half, they're talking about from the time, from the captivity, from when we was dead, the dry bones back from what, 1916, Shalaki, what it is, 17, what, from back like, from the 1716 all the way up to like 1960, 69, begin with Evan Bivens, the rest of the elders on down, if I ain't mistaken, reference quoting, but that's just the point, the 3 days and a half represent from now the 16. From the 16, from like 1619. Shalaki, from like 1619 all the way up to 1969, man. Going back, being them dry bone, the Lord waking us up in the land of captivity, they gonna remember themselves. And what they doing in the land of captivity, they remember themselves. If we stand bold now, we remember ourselves, tell them, we the Israelites, we the chosen people, and we're gonna have to the rest of the heathen nation. But and that's just the point, man. I'm running back one more time. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them, which saw them. And that's just the point. Matter of fact, I'll read some more. And they heard, verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, come up, it says, saying unto them, come up hither. And they're saying unto heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And their enemy beheld them. But the same man, who entered into that cloud, those the men who stand bold for Yahweh Shem Shah. And when you stand bold, you're going to have an enemy. Because the enemy, you got an enemy, your enemy going to be reigning over you and been trying to hide certain things about you. So when you start waking up and and condemning all the lies the enemy going to put out there, nigga, the enemy going to be to the point, nigga, ready to slaughter you. Even if they don't leave us nothing but to stand bold. Because they been hiding so long, man. But hey, once you got down, hey, once you come into the truth, man, you got to have the works behind it. You got to be bold. You can't be all that you believe in God faith, but you ain't stand bold for you. How about you now, shot? But that's just the point, man. So with all that, we say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. With that, we say Shalom.
Shalom.